Hey, this is Corey from New Age Reliance, and I have a list of 100 prepper items. Now, when I made this list, I made it in the idea that if I went to your house and I knew nothing about you whatsoever, and I found all 100 of these things, I would automatically assume that you were a prepper. I would automatically assume that you focused on self-reliance and that you were a prepper or of a prepared mindset. And that is what made me put things on this list. Okay? Now, I'm not going to go through all 100 things in this video because I don't want this video to be 8 hours long. The other thing is I don't want to spend too much time on each thing individually. And so I'm going to just say what the item is, why it's on the list, and then in the future, I'm going to make dedicated videos on some of these topics because, again, I don't want to ramble on and on and on in this video. But I do want to talk more in depth about a lot of this stuff. I really enjoy talking about this. I really enjoy making these lists. And so it's going to be short to the point. If you want to know more about any of these items, leave it in the comment section down below, and I will move those up in my priority of what videos to make sooner rather than later. Okay, so today is things to have on hand. The reason I picked this category to start this list off is because I feel like it's going to help the most amount of people, right? Even if you're not like a big prepper, even if you're just dabbling, even if you're just getting started, this list can get you through a lot of different situations. This list can get you prepared for a lot of different things, and so that's why we're starting with it today. So starting off with number one is toilet paper, right? If I go to your house and there's a bunch of toilet paper, I know that you were prepared. I know that you remember 2020 and you were prepared for that to happen again. And so the tip that I have for this is don't keep all of your toilet paper in the bathroom. When you shower and when you do things, there's a lot of moisture in the bathroom that can ruin the toilet paper. So don't keep it all in one place. And then the second thing is don't store it on the floor. If something were to spill or overflow, you don't want that moisture getting into that toilet paper. So keep it on a shelf, keep it in different areas. Don't just put all your toilet paper into one area of the house, especially the bathroom. Number two is hygiene products. Now this is going to be soap, shampoo, feminine products, deodorant, all those things that we use on a daily basis to stay clean and presentable. And the reason that stockpiling it is so important is because we all have heard about the shipping crisis. We've all heard about the shortages and the stores shutting down and all of these different things that make it harder and harder for us to get these items. I know a lot of people that work overnights, and Walmart isn't open 24 hours anymore. And so just because of scheduling issues, they're usually sleeping when things are open, and then they're at work when things are closed. And so just the scheduling to get these things can be a conflict. And so having them on hand means that you can wait till your day off. You can wait until the shipping crisis is resolved. You can wait until the shortages, everything comes back in stock. You have time to wait for things to fix themselves without just being out of luck, right? Number three is medications. Now, you all have heard of Jace Medical, legal antibiotics and different things. They also have Jace Daily. And so if you take a daily medication for blood pressure or different things, you can use my affiliate link down below and check it out. They will give you 6 months to a year's worth of medication. So instead of 30 days that you normally get at a normal doctor, they will give you a real prescription that can last you 6 months to a year, depending on what it is, depending on how much you're willing to spend. And so then you have a good supply to get you through a lot of different things. But even putting Jace Medical aside, right? You can use Wolfpack 10 to get $10 off. But even putting that aside, just having Tylenol, ibuprofen, or whatever it is you use when your shoulder hurts or your leg hurts, whatever that medication is, having Dayquil, NyQuil, whatever medication you use for pain, whatever medications you use for when you're sick, when you have a cold or the flu, If you have allergies, having allergy medication, having those things on hand. Again, shipping crisis, shortages. There's a lot of times where medications are hard to find. And so having them in the cabinet, stored away in a safe location, can really make it, being in pain and sick is miserable. Not having the medications that you need to feel better on top of that can really make things worse. And so being able to store it and have it ready for when you need it can really go a long way. Number 4 is bug and sun protection. So bug spray and sunblock. When the power goes out, when things happen, we tend to go outside more, right? We're playing catch, we're chopping firewood, we're using our chainsaw to clean up the yard, we're gardening, we're working on the lawn. There's a lot of things that we do outdoors. We tend to migrate outdoors when things are under distress. And so not having to deal with mosquito bites, not having to deal with sunburn can really make things a lot more comfortable. There's no reason to take a situation and make it worse with bug bites and sunburn. So being able to protect yourself from that is very important. Number 5 is paper and pen. Nobody brings this up, and it is, in my opinion, extremely important. If you have no internet, being able to take notes of things that you need to look up as soon as it comes back online. Taking notes of things that you remember, or things that you want to look deeper into, or things that you're having a conversation and you want to look into deeper. Having it all written down. I know when the tornado went through my parents' house and all these different insurance companies and insurance people were talking to them being able to write down their names and what, the car insurance, the house insurance, the whatever insurance, the utility companies, writing down the name and what insurance company or utility they were from and what they had their conversation about really helped them out a ton, because they were able to say, hey, wait a minute, Emily was telling me this thing last time we talked. And then that agent could go and talk to Emily, and Emily would be like, oh yeah, and they were able to solve things very quickly. So just being able to write things down, and so that you have the reference, so that you have the reminders, can really help out a ton. Number 6 is sharpening equipment. A lot of people are going to be cooking a lot more. Being able to keep your kitchen knives sharp, being able to keep your axes and your saws sharp, being able to sharpen all of your tools that you're going to be using. Again, you spend a lot more time in the yard, a lot more time in the garden. Being able to sharpen and maintain those tools is going to be extremely helpful. Number 9 is car parts. One of the things that drives me crazy is when I go to change my oil and they don't have my oil filter in stock, right? They don't have my oil filter, so now I have to wait until they either get it in stock or for it to be delivered to the house, because I'll order it on Amazon. So now I just keep it all on hand. I have oil filters, air filters, windshield wipers, antifreeze, wiper fluid, windshield wiper fluid. I have it all on hand. Brake fluid, power steering fluid. It's all in the garage, ready for me to use whenever I need it. And when I use it, I have 2, right? So I use the one. As soon as that one's gone, I order the other one. So I still have what I need, and then I'm not waiting for what I need. I'm just waiting for the backup, right? I highly recommend having car parts on hand, even if you don't have a garage. Just like the windshield wipers and a couple of the fluids that you can just store in a closet somewhere so that you have them when you need them, it really makes life a lot simpler. Number 8 is books. Now you need 3 different kinds of books. Number 1, you need how-to books. You need to be able to have a book that you can reference for electrical work, plumbing, how to fix different things around the house, how to clean different things around the house, how to cook different things. You need a good cookbook that you can reference on how to do a lot of different things. You need a lot of how-to books. Number 2 is entertaining books. One of the things that books does really, really well is you can pass a lot of time very quickly, right? If you sit down and you read Harry Potter, you could read for 4 to 6 hours, right? If you have 4 hours to kill with nothing to do, and you sit down to a good book, you can, those 4, 6, 8 hours can really just fly by, right? And so if you have a big chunk of time where you're waiting for the power to come back on, you're waiting for the internet provider to do what they need to do to get the internet back, a good book can waste a lot of time. The third thing is you need morale books. For me, that is the Holy Bible. I read my Bible. It gives me morale boost. It gives me spiritual belief system. It gives me my morals. But there again, you could have self-help books. You can have, there's lots of different books that can help you with your morale and boosting it, making you feel good about yourself. Number 9 is board games or video games that don't rely on the internet, because if you have power, you can still play video games. But games in general. The thing that books are really, really good at is wasting a lot of time and being helpful and resourceful. But it's for a single person. Only one person can read the book at a time, right? Board games, video games, a lot of people can play, which means you can entertain your whole family. You can entertain your family and your friends. You can all sit down and play a game. And even though you can't play, well, Monopoly sometimes feels like it takes a lifetime, but most games will only last an hour or two and then you're done. But you can play them over and over and over again, right? So if you want to, again, boost morale, entertain the entire family, not just a single person, board games are extremely good at doing that. Number 10 is movies. Now, movies need electricity. You have to have power. But again, if you have no internet and you have physical movies, you can watch a movie. And the thing that movies seem to do better than anything else is they give you something to look forward to. Friday night movie night, there's just something about it where you get the buttery popcorn and the pop and you sit down and you watch a good movie. There's just, there's comedies, there's dramas, there's murder mysteries. There's so many different types of movies that you can really just get into. And again, you're not just entertaining a single person. Anybody can sit and watch that movie with you. There's even kids' movies that the whole family can enjoy. There's so many different things that make that experience worth looking forward to. You know what I mean? Even if you watch a movie during the week, right? You're bored, so you watch a movie on a Wednesday night, you're still excited for Friday night movie night. You know what I mean? And so it's a huge morale booster. And those are the 10 things in this chunk of the list. I have 10 different categories. This category, again, was things to have on hand. These are things that you should have stored away, ready in case of an emergency, ready for when you need them. And so tune in next time. I've got more categories. Again, I got 100 items, so we got 90 more to go, and I can't wait to see you on my next video.